The rest of the parts are here, and it's time to do a test build. I'm super stoked. And it looks like Rio just did his test build like the night before this. And so we're getting down to the wire. I'm probably going to build this weekend. It's going to be crazy.
Cineform Renderthon, the transcoding build-off server challenge between the Guy or Die and EposVox, where we try to build the best transcoding server for rendering our videos in Cineform for the cheapest price by eBay server parts. Thank you so much to Kingston for sponsoring this series by providing EposVox with his ECC memory, which keeps his build stable and secure throughout the entire rendering process. Visit the link in the description to learn more.
It looks like our final part has arrived. This is the graphics card, the 680. I think it's Vamery 680. And I guess I'll go ahead and open it up. Alright, so here we are. Now it says it came new, but it's an old card, so I don't know. Maybe they bought in stock and it comes new like that, but here we go. It's a small card. Fit in this little tiny box right here. I mean, it doesn't look that tiny, but for a graphics card, this is small. This is tiny, extremely tiny. So, anyways, it just comes all in one package. No original packaging, anything like that. It's just oh, sorry, I'm on manual focus. That is actually embarrassing. I'm going manual for this shot. So yeah, it just comes in this thing. I get that open, and I just kind of want to make sure everything's here. I mean, it's literally just a graphics card and I can feel it, but I want to be safe. And it doesn't look like it's wrapped in electrostatic, unless this bag is electrostatic, which I hope it is. But I am grounded, so I'm just going to go ahead and slide out this thing, and then take out the card itself, and take a peek. There we go. That is the Vamery GTX 680 with 1500 CUDA cores. I think it's gonna shred up the benchmarks pretty good. And you know, I'm curious. I've never even seen Vamery as a product reseller, but I have high hopes. Hopefully this thing isn't DOA. It doesn't look like it is. It says it's new, but there is one 6-pin. Luckily we've got that, so I don't know. We'll see. Also, most importantly, it comes with the install CD for the drivers. Hey, one of the most important things. Kidding, of course. And I think just a little install thing. Like, you can tell how old this graphics card is. It shows a Windows XP window. Like, that is encouraging if I've ever seen anything else. Look, it's in Chinese. It came from China. Perfect. I'm so incredibly hyped, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to build it today. I really want to at least start building it. I'm not sure if that's one of those things where I can just start and then stop halfway through, because once you start building a computer, it gets real like you want to finish. So I'm just gonna set that right there on the pile of components, and I might start it tonight.
Alright, so I've got my Fractal Design Define XLR2 gigantic computer case. I also happened to pick up a Samsung 850 EVO 250 gig SSD with 3D VNAND technology from Massdrop, although it has an Amazon label under there, but it was a Massdrop deal. So that will probably go into it, so surprise part. And then down here under my GPU hider box, we've got our power supply, the EVGA 750B2. So I am most likely, since Chu is home for the weekend, although Sunday I will be out of the house quite a bit, but I'm hoping I can do my test build right here. That way I can just hook it up to one of the monitors by a short cable and have, this is wood, so I move everything out of the way and have a pretty static free workspace, get me my strap set up, and then I can just set it up right to the monitor, so on my test I can make sure. My biggest worry is that the CPUs won't work, these guys. Since they were such a good deal, and I haven't tested them at all, or been able to test them at all since I got them, that's my main goal tonight, is just to get the power supply, motherboard, and these with the coolers hooked up, make sure they work. If it posts and reads both of them and all the RAM, then we're good to go. Alright, so here we will have a super quick unboxing of the EVGA Supernova 750B2 bronze, 80 plus bronze rated power supply. Man, that smells. Wow, okay. So initially, we should hopefully be good with this. We need the 20, and we need 2 8-pins. Now, 8-pin is going to be interesting. We have 1 8-pin here we can manage here. Oh, both of these can be 8-pins. Perfect, that's exactly what we need for our motherboard. Alright, and then in here, we have our other cables. So, back to building. Alright, we have the sockets, or the CPUs installed in their sockets. This was very nerve-wracking for me. Small confession, I've never actually installed an Intel CPU within the past 10 years. I did a long time ago. It's been a while. I haven't actually been able to afford Intel builds. So now we're going to get to my Hyper 212 unboxings of these CPU coolers. I'm only going to show one on video here and I'll speed through the second one, but it's Hyper 212 Evo from Cooler Master, sports socket 2011 V3, 1151, 1366, 2011, I already said that, 1155, 1150, and 775, and AMD. Lots of AMD. So it supports just about anything, as it should, but the importance was that it supported LGA 1366 and hopefully should not interfere with our RAM. Now, I'm also unsure of how to install the RAM at the moment, as it's a dual socket CPU. In theory, the memory should go 1 stick per CPU, according to what I read online. Or not 1 stick, but rather, you know, you match them for each CPU. Problem with that being, I only have 2 sticks, and therefore, in theory, they should both go with the same, in the same slots. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really know, to be honest. Alright, so this is neat. So, I just ran through the unboxing. We've got warranty information, installation guide, which is about to be very, very useful. We've got our installation bracket here. We've got quite the lovely, like, cut out and custom fit parts instead of just having them all in a baggie. And then we have a backplate of sorts. And then we have the cooler itself with the fan pre-installed, which is kind of cool. The box out of the way. Let's take a look at these instructions. Holy crap, there's a lot of steps. Alright, Intel AMD, it wants me to remove the fan. I'm so glad it came pre-installed if I have to remove it. Thank you, Cooler Master. Oh, wait, hold up. There is yet another backplate on the back here. Alright, so it wants me to... I don't see how it wants me to... Oh! So those spacers go through, and then the backplate screws into the spacers. Alright, that's gonna be a problem.
Alright, so what I've decided to do is just build it to test all the parts, and then I'll actually build it this weekend. This way I actually know that the parts work, and probably cover all that up, but just gonna kind of get everything out here and assemble it. Alright, well that is the CPU, RAM, and well, motherboard, coolers all done. And all I have to do left is put in the graphics card so I can test this thing. An afterthought being, I'm gonna have to move this thing to my monitor anyways, so I might as well just put it in the case. I know I was planning on holding off to do that. I don't know, to spread it out, save me time. But I feel like I could just probably put this in the case real quick and finish up the build right now. So I might just do that. Afterthoughts. But it looks really cool. This is my first time putting two CPUs on one board. The only downfall that I would fix next time is I only have one DIMM in each pool. And that really kind of ticks me off because I can't make use of dual channel. But these two CPUs can talk to each other, so it's not the end of the world, but it's something I probably would have wanted to do better next time. But other than that, we got all the CPU fans. Okay, this was the smallest text. I know it looked pretty big when I zoomed in because I used my zoom lens and then I used my cropping on my sensor to really get in there. But that is some tiny writing. I couldn't really read which header, because there's two right there, which header was for the CPU fan and which one was for the chassis, or there's actually a dedicated one for RAM on this board because it's a server board. But yeah, man, that I put this one in the furthest away so it would get as far away from as possible from here, and this one not all the way at the end because then it would have interfered with the PCIe, so I put it one away, and I just kind of kept everything in blue just to be consistent. And I think that's the, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's the junction between the two CPUs right there, or that might be. I don't know. I really need to read up more about this board, but it does look beautiful. It does look beautiful. But anyways, I think I just might pop this in the case because I don't want to go fiddling around with like headers and stuff and trying to link this up to my computer. But the case is hard to build. Here, I'll just test it. I'll just test it.
Next time on Cineform Renderthon.
And my living room is now a disaster just from the test build. So this is going to be interesting.